Guys, okay. Hey, I just wanted to kind of do a video where I speak about just kind of being careful who you follow on X, because the second this chick has like really bad grammar and stuff, and she's AI. I mean, I went to her profile page and I looked at the picture and I thought, oh, you got to be kidding. And you know what's really weird is I have a friend that's running like just kind of a small business of some sort. I won't even say who she is. And she's just kind of a rabid, weird lib, which doesn't really make sense to me, given the fact that she's super rich and married a guy who's, makes, oh, I don't know, seven figures for sure a year, has been since like the late 90s. I mean, I know I won't say who he works for. And then there was an X link on her business page because I wanted to get in touch with her. But then or with her Twitter account, I mean, it just said that, linked to X. And I assumed that it had something to do with the business she was running. And it was more like taking jabs at Republicans. And but then I looked at her picture. I mean, she's at least 70. And what she did was she made an AI image of like a 20-year-old, which I know is not her daughter, right? I mean, because I know her daughter and she is a black woman. But she's I'd say at least 70. And I looked at the picture and I pulled it up and I almost tweeted her back or posted back to her, like, I almost said her name, like, why are you doing this? You look gorgeous no matter what anyway, but why did you feel it necessary to post a completely fabricated image of someone else, which is what she did. And I was just maybe of like a 40-year-old woman, maybe a 35-year-old woman. And I'm not pulling her up here. I was just shocked. That is just like the exact opposite of something she'd do. But I think, she wanted to look prettier and younger. And I mean, it looked absolutely nothing like her, period. And we used to be best friends. We got into an argument over Obama. And so that's that. So I'm really surprised when people feel the need to post AI images, but she did. And I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to pull this open quick. Blah, blah, blah. So I said, Grok, is this AI? Yes, this image is very likely AI generated. I'd put it at 90% plus confidence based on what's visible in your screenshot. Here's why, broken down step by step from looking at the portrait. The skin texture and perfection. The skin looks glass smooth and poreless in a way that's classic to mid high-end AI output in 2026. Real close-up portraits, especially non-professional ones, almost always show subtle skin grain, tiny imperfections, or natural variations or variation even with good lighting and makeup. This one has that airbrushed to unreal uniformity across the face. Makeup and symmetry, the eye makeup, sharp winged liner, heavy lashes, perfect gradient shadow is executed with robotic precision. The brows, lip shape, and facial symmetry are almost mirror perfect, common in AI portraits because models are trained on heavily edited beauty filtered data. Real makeup on real faces usually has tiny asymmetries or blending imperfections up close. Hair details. The blue braids in the high top knot look stylized and uniform. Each braid has consistent thickness, shine, spacing with no flyaways, frizz, or natural variation. Lighting, no provenance clues in context. The person appears in what looks like an ex Twitter profiled sideboard, or you might like recommendation. Reverse image searches for similar descriptions. Blue braids, top knot, portrait of black woman, mostly turn up stock photos. Pinterest inspo, or explicitly AI generated examples on sites like Dreamstime, Shutterstock, Adobe Stock. No exact match pops up. Bottom line, in early 26, this level of flawless realism and stylized perfection is the hallmark of current top AI portrait generators. So just be careful because this one, hang on a minute. This one has I don't know, she really thinks a lot of herself. I don't think she's British because of the way her English is. But again, I've noticed that people of certain generations, not of mine, they have just really bad grammar skills and writing skills. And she is just terrible. And she did, and I told her, hey, your grammar's off and your spelling's off. Do you want to fix that? And she's like, no, who cares? And I'm like, okay. So this young black woman who's confident and conservative, apparently. Can Nell Citadel or whatever. I don't know. I'm not even going to try because it's just not worth it. And this came up, somebody retweeted it, and I got it. It says, "Oh, my dears, the power of brand." Power capitalized of small o, brand capitalized William and Catherine, is unmatched in its influence over the British public. And that is exactly why they are doing exactly what they are supposed to be doing. Strengthening, in all caps, the monarchy, and they do it exquisitely well. And then there's like some emoji. And then, so the first paragraph she didn't indent, and then the following ones she did. Okay. It took weeks and even months for the press, pro-Republic, here's a spelling, around the world to use the Andrew scandal to specifically target Prince William and the monarchy. Okay, I'm not sure about that. If anything, it's putting him more to the forefront and making him look better and better and better. So I don't think he's being targeted. Okay, whatever. It doesn't make sense, but I don't think she makes sense. I don't know how she gets all these likes and clicks. Okay, keep going. Or he. I don't know who this is. It could be a dude. I don't know because that's an AI picture, and I don't know what the Canelect Adele. I don't know what the hell that means. It seems this is a weird AI account. Okay. And it's poorly written. So target Prince William in a good way or a bad way? That's my question. And yet it took William and Catherine one capitalized, half day, one simple visit in Wales to shut down the noise and bring the sun out of the monarchy. There's another emoji. The Times on Sunday reporting on the visit to whatever Uh, Llanidloes in Wales wrote, crowds huddled under umbrellas for hours to catch a glimpse of William and Catherine in a scene described by one observer as Wales mania. That's kind of common though. Like if the Queen, like it's common when you, if you were to watch like real documentaries, not this fake shit right now. But yeah, people are going to wait. It rains all the time there. They've got an umbrella. That doesn't keep people in like in the US where I'm not going out, which is what I did yesterday because it was super icy out, and that's unusual that I would not leave for a full day, which is no good. But you know what I mean? So out there in Wales, if it rains, you pick up an umbrella, you still go out. That's just the way it is. But I don't know where this person is from. And then she's quoting the Times on Sunday, Wales mania. And then there's another emoji. The royal couple stopped their car in the pouring rain to meet hundreds of people who had turned out to see them. I mean, was it pouring rain though? Because I did see a picture up here. And I'm not sure because what I'm seeing here is dry hair. So um, maybe, okay, I'm not seeing rain because it would show up even on the lens, but okay. Um, hmm. I don't know. I suppose we could look up pictures, but really, I'm too exhausted. Um, the royal couple. Now, shouldn't royal have been capitalized? No, maybe not. I don't know. Stopped their car in the pouring rain. Okay, we already. Okay. Gareth Morgan, a 90-year-old retired county councillor. There's always the 90-year-old there, like the World War II vet that enlisted when he was 15 or something. Yeah. Reported, I don't, clasped William. So this guy, a 90-year-old retired guy, got up to William and clasped him on the shoulder and said, God bless, adding that people were thinking of his family. Wow. Okay. In Newtown, they went to Afan Community Center and met Afghan and Syrian refugee families who had settled there, but not Brits, right? Syrian people should not have had to have left their country, but MI6 wanted it, so they wanted to put Al Qaeda in charge. Yeah, I know you're unsubbing from me now. Um, I mean this is like an article in a newspaper. This is a Twitter post. This is a stupid. This is what I'm saying. This is AI with basically a cut and paste of the Times on Sunday. William met Jill Christofides, who shook William's hand and said, the monarchy is safe in your hands, sir. Shouldn't monarchy be? So sometimes she capitalized it, whatever. To which William said, thank you, another emoji. After meeting the prince, Jill added, with all that's going on at the moment, there could be a swell against them, but when you see the time he's willing to spend with people. Okay, this should have been shortened. Who the hell is going to read this? I am dead serious. I can't even believe I am. And yet it was Prince William who got with all the emojis and the fire and and all this is ridiculous. I think that if anything right now, in my opinion, especially with that beautiful dress Catherine had on, I swear I've seen that one before. Okay. Um, God, that reminded me of something she wore when she came here to the US in, I believe, either 2011 or 2012, right after they got married in 2011. Um, it reminded me of one of them. And you know what? Here's the deal. I might look that one up too, because I think she did, well, a very, very similar one. And she just looked like a dream, and she is cute, but you know what? She has a lot of stress and she's been through a lot of shit, and she's been violently ill with cancer, had major surgery on her body, and most likely was getting chemo. And, you know, there you go. I'm not even going to read this. That is why marrying Catherine was William's saving grace, because now instead of him being the only one to carry that burden, he found the perfect match. And then see what I'm saying? She capitalizes match, which is inappropriate. It doesn't even make sense. To share the burden of responsibility. Okay, let me read this again. This is why marrying Catherine was William's saving grace. Saving grace. Okay, well, wait, here's an umbrella. Okay, gotcha. True. Although these people don't look wet, but yeah, okay, but the rain comes and goes. Um, wow. Okay. He found the perfect match to share the burden. Wait, because now instead of him being the only one to carry that burden of responsibility, he found the perfect match to share the burden of responsibility. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is someone who wants to be a writer who's just terrible. And Catherine excels at bringing the sun out. She has won the heart, capitalized inappropriately, of the British public. I don't even think British public, you see what I'm saying? This is just bad. This is like some shitty AI account. This heartwarming visit in Wales illustrate perfectly. It should be illustrates or illustrated, but this is what I'm saying. This heartwarming visit in Wales illustrate, I suppose it might be okay, I guess, perfectly the late Queen. You see what I'm saying? I have to always reread with these people. Is this like a millennial, a Gen X, or a Gen Z, or I don't know, because it's some name that's not really a name. It's an AI account to begin with. Um, the late Queen. I don't know if late is supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? Jubilant mood. Wait, this heartwarming visit in Wales illustrate perfectly the late Queen jubilant mood at William and Catherine's wedding. I don't know, she seemed pretty normal. And she wasn't running around jubilant to my knowledge. I mean, I was there. Well, I mean, I saw it on TV. I couldn't get in there. I mean, obviously. Um, I don't remember the queen jumping around jubilant. I don't really think I've ever seen her jubilant. She just acts pretty steadfast, I guess. But I mean, we can go back and look to see if she was running around jubilant at the wedding. Wow. Um, she looked kind of excited at Charles' wedding to die. Um, but whatever. Okay. Um, word heartwarming is used too much here, but we'll go with it. Um, Courtiers later explained that the queen was happy because she knew the future of the monarchy was now secure, and she was right. Well, they gave Kate a very, 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 very hard time. I think that took a few years before that settled in because, you know, Kate really, and I know it hurts Catherine, but she really worked at it, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she took shit from Camilla for wearing the wrong color or something during some jubilee or some boat trip or something. Hang on a minute. Or she, I guess, wasn't supposed to wear red and she did. I think this was like in 2012 or something. And I think this was before, well, I don't know. I can't remember when Chuck married Camilla. Um, but yeah, I think after Sparkles and Harry started to rip apart these people intentionally, I think is when and she kept her cool and just kept straight going even though she was pregnant. um During a lot of that time, plus had just had the baby right before their wedding, and she was retaining a lot of puffiness and water and stuff during that ceremony. She did rewear a dress, and I got that one right. That was back in 2018. At first, people said no, Catherine did not wear that dress before, and yes, she did. I think she wore it to another wedding previously, which is something that Catherine does, but I think it was kind of intentional. But who knows? You know, it didn't matter. I mean, this Megan just, yeah. And Megan was even, yes, Megan was hitting the man that was trying to help her get out of the car. Okay, with Doria looking like nothing more than a caricature. She didn't even try. She doesn't try. And Megan doesn't either. And P.S. When she was looking at some dude with an amputation, it, she there's no way she would have been allowed to be with someone like that was had like still had a wound healing. I'm sure it was someone that the wound had closed. There was dressing on it, and she has seen people like that at Invictus, and she always has a very uncomfortable look on her face. Her dad, and I did a video on this at Tops. I can't remember if I put it on my Urban Myth channel or on the Some Girls channel, but her father at Tops, I did an analysis of this. I went over and over. with Grok, the numbers and stuff like that, um, at most would be about $12,000, and that's at the high end because healthcare is like 300% more here than it is in the Philippines. If he had enough money to close out that place in Mexico and move to the Philippines, um, and by the way, his healthcare in Mexico that he should have been getting there. I mean, Medicaid in California, it's called Medi-Cal, and Medicare would not have covered any services. So yeah, I mean, $15,000. I shouldn't be sounding so glib about it, but um, that's like nothing. Okay, and for him, because he has been getting paid steadily for these visits. I mean, even just his stupid YouTube channel that still has probably millions of views on it, right? Even though he only did like 3 videos or 4 videos. Oh, you know what? I have an outlet that keeps tripping. I've got to take care of it. I don't want to pause the video. Yeah, I mean, I have something weird going on here with my electricity. It's not that. It's just an outlet that is it's fucking bugging me too. Um, the heartwarming visit in Wales. Blah 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 blah. Catherine are doing exactly what they are supposed to do as future king and queen, carrying on calmly with their duties while ignoring the useless sideline noise. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is exactly how the monarchy survives. Okay, and then there's a cup of coffee. I have a tea or something. I don't know what the hell that is. So here is the dress she had on, which is just awesome from yesterday. But all the emojis. Here's the 666 AOK. Continuing their focus on Wales, they issued a message for St. David's Day. Ugh, in Welsh. I don't know what that's about. William is a bit heavy in his pronunciation, probably due to his deep voice, but I cannot believe how fluidly Catherine is able to pronounce her Welsh. Well, she's college educated at a very good college in England, which not many people can just go to. So I'm guessing she can speak some Welsh. Plus, she probably had a prompter, but who knows? Um, it is likely they're learning Welsh together. Woo! They look so adorable and amazing. Mm. It's this is just like, you know what? Oh, I don't know what I just did there. You know what this is though with her with this account? She's trying to be like a journalist, and she's just this is just bad shit, guys. I want to do more on this shit with Sparkles in Jordan. um um I know about this. So hang on a minute. I'm glad she won, but this I've read over pretty in the past, and um, you know, so yeah. So I think we'll end it there. But I just be careful of some of these accounts. These are people that they're just not. They're AI. They're not real. And I am. But yeah, she's bad. She's bad. All right.